Outside, please join us at this time. And we'll start with comments on today's quarterfinal victory by Coach Ali Jaques.
First and foremost, congratulations to a really talented Niagara team. I feel like since I got the job, I've been playing against Rampado, and she's just a class act and one of the best post players this conference has seen. So, her and Strumpel and Sherburne, just as seniors, really talented offensive players. I know how much they work and how hard they work, and just a lot of credit to them. For us, I thought the way we started the game with our defensive intensity, and we missed a lot of shots early, especially layups, but I thought that our defensive intensity really carried us. That's what's carried us all year long. And just really putting great ball pressure, which leads to steals for us and allows us to get out in the open court and convert. So give our players a lot of credit. I think it was a great team win. I thought down the stretch when we needed some clutch shots, Kollyns really came through and got to the basket and got her team fired up, and Aaliyah really held things down defensively. So we're excited to play another day. We were excited to see a decent crowd today for us, and hopefully we can get some of those Siena faithful out tomorrow at 1:30.
Let's open up to the media in attendance for questions for Coach and students. Right here. Thank you.
Amy March in the Buffalo News. Coach, in the first half you held Rampado to 4 points. Can you talk about what you did defensively? I mean, were you doing something specifically on her, or what were you able to do?
Last time we were in this building she had 41, so maybe it evens out a little bit. I really challenged Kollyns to take Rampado on it, and since we've played them in the last 2 times, we've had to adjust some things defensively. We get around in front a lot more now. Our team has changed since we played them the last time. So I really give Kollyns a lot of credit on the defensive end. And because Kollyns is getting around in front, players like Aaliyah were able to be active on the backside, and we got some steals and we got some jump balls. And I think we were able to get into her space a little bit and frustrate her. But just an overall, that's the key to them, and you might only hold her to 20. Honestly, if you can hold her to 20, you're holding her, under her average a little bit. But she's just a great player, so we really had to be focused.
And then just to follow up, in the second half, you build that 20-point lead. No surprise that they come at you. Were there things did their press seem to rattle you a little bit at that point?
Well, they're too good of a team not to make a run, and Jade is too good of a coach not to make adjustments. So we knew that was going to come. We had worked on our press break a little bit yesterday, and I think maybe that rattled us a little bit. I had Maddie taking the ball out. Typically Kollyns does, but when you have seniors who have been there, 2 years ago we played, and I said this to them coming out at halftime, 2 years ago we played Ryder and we were up 17, and that game ended up going to overtime, and we only had 4 players on the court. You probably remember that, Mark. But anything can happen in the tournament, and teams are here for a reason, so you have to be able to stop their run. And I think that give Niagara a lot of credit, but just give our seniors credit for staying the course, staying composed, and getting high percentage shots when we could.
Other questions, too? And you held Victoria to 14 points after that 41-point show. Mark.
Aaliyah, 9 steals for you today, a MAAC Tournament record. Why were you able to be so active and so disruptive defensively, do you think, today?
Like Coach said, Kollyns was putting a lot of pressure in the front, and I just had my teammate back throughout the whole game, knowing that she was fronting, and Rampado is like a stronger post player, so we were deciding to help off her player, and I guess when she put the ball on the floor, I just went and saw the ball, and I was just kind of in the right spot every time I went.
Just a follow-up, what did it mean to your team to get another shot at Niagara after they had beaten you twice during the regular season?
I mean, every team is like 0-0 coming into the playoffs, so it was just we just got to come at one game at a time and just play aggressive. We want to win just as much as they want to win.
Other questions?
For you, Kollyns, your second half, there were a number of times where they cut it to 7 or they were coming back and you were able to get a big 3-point shot and a 3-point play. What was your mindset as a team leader? You were named captain last week, and kind of trying to keep this team together as Niagara was rallying.
I just, we do a good job, having a lot of leadership. Even in our underclassmen, when we come in the huddles, if they score, if we have time to talk, we're always like, well, let's just get a stop, and let's get a bucket on the other side. So it's always one possession at a time. So, and especially in the playoffs, it's emphasized, in the end, anybody can win the game, and it can come down to one possession. So they score a basket, you can't dwell on it. You can't go backpedaling. You can't pout about it. You get another stop, and you get a basket on the other side. So that was just my mentality.
Other questions, press-wise? Yes, we have one in the back. While she's getting the mic, Siena now 16-1 when forcing more turnovers.
Kollyns, for you, you already took down Marist once this season, but to play them again in this building and get another shot at them, how important is the defensive pressure that you guys have been so successful at to competing against them tomorrow?
You know, our defensive pressure is who we are. So, you know, when we're at our best defensively, that's when we have our best odds of winning the game. So if we can come out and pressure Marist and, you know, get after them a little bit, you know, that'll help the game go in our favor.
One more.
Ali, you know, Marist obviously has been the gold standard in this league for a long time. How do you feel about getting them with a chance to win and get to the MAAC championship game?
You know, Brian has done an unbelievable job at Marist, and when I first got the job, the question was, how are you going to beat Marist? So for us to be facing them in a semifinal game, you know, for us, it's one game at a time. We have split with them, and we forced a lot of turnovers that first time we played them. They made some really good adjustments the second time. So, you know, we'll look at film tonight and everything else. But I'm going to tell you an interesting story, Mark, so hopefully you can capitalize on this in your Twitter account. About a week ago, we had a press conference here promoting Sweet 16 being here. And Brian was talking about how great his Marist fans are, and they are. They're great. We go to Marist. We got 2,000 people yelling at us the whole time, right? So give a lot of credit to the following that Marist has, and he was talking about how they follow and they're going to be here and they're going to support the team throughout the entire tournament. And I said, well, we've got good fans too. And he said, well, you'll never outdraw us. So the challenge is out there, Siena fans. 1:30 tomorrow. Wear your green and gold. Show up and support these players. We'll play our tails off for you. We'll leave it all on the court, but we need your help. They've had a day off, and we need some Siena energy up in the stands tomorrow at 1:30. So looking forward to seeing Siena Nation come out in green and gold and support our team.
And the victory was January 18th at home, a 58-53 win over Marist. And now you know when that next semifinal matchup is. Thank you to the coach and student athletes. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks. Go Saints.